But it's pretty remarkable when you see these world leaders, the sort of enormous deference they show to Donald Trump when he comes in, because when he comes into town, he's really the only story that counts. And you often see this with world leaders. It happened to Ursula von der Leyen yesterday, the European Commission president. It's happening to Keir Starmer today. Those press conferences, they're not equal measures. No. They're not sort of equal billing. It is the Trump show, and everyone else is basically eclipsed by that.
Do you agree with John in Norwich, who says that Keir Starmer looked like he was sitting there having a hemorrhoid attack with no soothing cream? I think that's quite a good description. Jack might laugh. Yes.
Very good. Well, he clearly disagrees with a whole host of things which Donald Trump is saying. He clearly sits there in silence while Donald Trump goes on about how he hates wind turbines and how the UK needs to use the resources beneath our feet. He said that Aberdeen was the oil capital of the world. Many people would agree with him. Donald Trump tries to walk a tightrope in not offending the president, but sort of meekly goes, oh, you know, we're going to be moving to clean energy. It's just very awkward for him at the moment because he wants to try and suck up to Donald Trump. And to be fair, I think that he's probably right to get in his good books. America is the most important country in the world in terms of the economy, in terms of its military. But in terms of the awkwardness, it is clearly there and quite palpable that Starmer does not come at things from the same position as Donald Trump. I mean,
your opposition to offshore wind is well known. In Scotland,
wind is a disaster.
But in Scotland and across the UK, wind farms.
I know, it's a shame. It's not his fault. I used to tell Alex Salmon.
Have you spoken to the Prime Minister, and will you speak to the first?
Well, all I can do is give my look. Wind is the most expensive form of energy, and it destroys the beauty of your fields and your plains and your waterways. And look out there. There's no windmills. But if you look in another direction, you see windmills. When we go to Aberdeen, you'll see some of the ugliest windmills you've ever seen. They're the height of a 50-story building. And you can take 1,000 times more energy out of a hole in the ground this big. This big. It's called oil and gas. And you have it there, the North Sea. This big, that nobody would even see. You can take 1,000 times more power because the wind is intermittent. It doesn't work. It's extremely expensive. All the windmills are made in China. They used to be Germany and China. Now they're mostly in China. They all come out of China. They say that the blades, which are carbon fiber, you can't bury. Oh, okay, you can't bury. What are you going to do? Dump them in the ocean someplace? Because they only last a certain period of time. And remember, a windmill has a life of 8 years, especially when they're out in the salty sea and they start to rot and to rust. You're going to have to replace them. It's very hard to replace them. Wind needs massive subsidy. And you are paying in Scotland and in UK and all over the place where they have massive subsidies to have these ugly monsters all over the place. So I've restricted windmills in the United States. Now, a couple we have, you know, the poor stupid people at the beginning, they approved them, so they have their full approvals. But I've restricted windmills in the United States because they also kill all your birds. You know, they wipe out. You know, it's interesting. If you shoot a bald eagle in the United States, they put you in jail for 5 years. And yet windmills knock out hundreds of them. They don't do anything. You've explained that. So it's a very expensive energy. It's a very ugly energy, and we won't allow it in the United States.
So